guy with real authority at that department. Look underneath just what we're doing in addition to the people we've already named. You're going to see people. Look, and, you know, Cecilia Rouse, Cece, she is a significant player. That's a serious position. But it's like when I named her, well, I don't know if that counts. I'm not so sure. Well, if it doesn't count for y'all, well, the hell with y'all. But because it's real. It's real.
Liberals who have lifted them up, Howard.
Oh, you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope in people. Without hope, people become dangerous.
No, Howard. You liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Oh, you missed the point. It's only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him. He feels compelled to try to act like us. He loses his identity and his racial anger, if he has any. He becomes alien to his brothers. They realize he sold them out and they grow to hate him. He becomes worthless to them and safe for us. No, thank you. In fact, in his love for the creature comforts, except for his color, he's become one of us.
Greetings. We are here. We are here. Let me make sure the sound is good. All right. It looks like we're good. Okay. You know what? I need to turn that off. We are here. Looks like we are good. Can everyone hear me good and crispy? Hopefully you can. Welcome to the beatzillapdx official show. I am your host, beatzillapdx officially. And let me turn that off. Turn these ringers off. Because you know, when you're live, everything starts to go off at once. You know? But it is good to be here. Good to see y'all. Welcome, everyone. Let's see who all we have in the chat. Okay. Queen Adia, Oyella Arquette, SMCM, Desmond Works, Judah Queen, Nicole Johnson, Tim Samore, TJ, Shawana Stevens, Nicole Johnson, welcome. Greetings, everyone. All right. Good. It sounds like we're good. Okay. So we are talking about the good trouble distractions. If you guys were watching what was going on this last weekend, they had the Voters' Rights March in Washington, as well as the Good Trouble Rally, Making Good Trouble Rally. And, you know, it was a huge twist from the agenda we were seeing last year. With the exception of the heavy pushing for voting. But, you know, remember, last year it was all about justice. You know what I mean? This year, boy, has the tune changed. And if you've noticed, remember, the grassroots were the very first people to even break the George Floyd story. Wait, there we go. Wrong banner. There we go. And so that's how the grassroots got ahead of this in the first place. So let me see, what did he say here? Gospel singer. Let me go back. Gospel singer Lee Williams passed away today. Is that the brother that sang the Coolin' Water song? View of One. Welcome. Moderators in the house. All right. Yeah, I think that's the dude that's saying Coolin' Water. Or okay, that's what I thought. Wow. Well, you know, rest in peace and rest in power to that brother. He's definitely one of the good staples of gospel music, quartet music at that. So, you know, for for all the good quartet, fans. There is a loss in the quartet gospel music world today. Brother Lee Williams has passed away. Well, that's a sad thing to report. Oh, also, what was it that he sent here? There's another breaking news story. Silent D sent. Where's that? Before I go too far into where I'm going. Oh, okay. So the Atlanta spa shooter, the prosecutors, the Georgia prosecutors, are looking to get the death penalty for what's that dude's name? Aaron. What the hell is his name? Robert Aaron Long. Robert Aaron Long. So Kathy B, welcome. So it looks like he, gonna deal with that Georgia system. Now, hopefully, we see the same thing in the Ahmaud Arbery case. So we'll see. Something to keep an eye on. Definitely something to keep an eye on. Oh no, don't tell me my camera just lost me. That's weird. Don't know what's going on there. Let me see if this comes back on. It looks like y'all can still hear me at least. Let me see what's going on. Hopefully you should hear me. And let's see if you can see me. All right. And I'm back. Oh, already. Good grief. Well, let me waste no more time. Okay, so you've seen the good clip that I started with. And I'll just use that to set up what we're going to talk about, because the crowd that was up this past weekend, they are the hand-picked, the bootleg crowd. Now, granted, there is a few who have to ride fine lines. I could totally understand that. They have careers to protect, whatever. So if they could do what they can in that space, fine. Rashana Morrison, welcome. Silent D is in the house. Greetings. Listening while working. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we'll do the whistling for you over here while you work. Let's see. Before I get started, let me show you, for some of y'all that already seen this, I put this on this channel, but I'll just play this video because this is real interesting. How none of the Back the Blue and I Stand for the Flag people have any smoke for this woman.
Announcements, and they do the Pledge of Allegiance. I always tell my class, stand if you feel like it, don't stand if you feel like it, say the words if you want, don't have to say the words. So my class decided to stand but not say the words. Totally fine. Except for the fact that my room does not have a flag. It used to be there, but I took it down during COVID because it made me uncomfortable. And I packed it away and I don't know where, and I haven't found it yet. But my kid today goes, hey, it's kind of weird that we just stand and then, we say it to nothing. And I'm like, oh, well, I gotta find it. Like, I'm working on it. I got you.
And it's funny.
In the meantime, I tell this kid, we do have a flag in the class that you can pledge your allegiance to. And he looks around and he goes, oh, that one? Okay.
Well, isn't that kind of disrespectful? Like all the things we've heard. I mean, that looks like it would be considered as worse than kneeling to me, right? I mean, what y'all think? that should be perceived as worse, I would assume. You know what I mean? But you know, weeping white women. And look at what Tim Smore put in the chat. Let me just show you this. Let me put this on the screen. I want you to know what Google doesn't want you to see. You see that on the screen right there? They actually blocked that. Okay? Those hashtags. They don't want you to see those hashtags. That is an algorithm thing. And they pay so much attention to the new black media that it just doesn't matter. You know what I mean? She done lost her mind. Absolutely. Kathy B said, not funny. And why would that flag be in the classroom? Mm-hmm. Great question, Kathy B. I mean, I guess, well, you know, they've already passed these laws. Well, I guess that goes with what they're teaching. I would assume. Screw to bots. You better believe it, because they are definitely bots. There's you can't convince me. You're going to show me some humans. We're going to have to see some human being bodies, some actual receipts, and then let's not only that. If you're going to fact check, we need a name on that fact. Doesn't that make sense? Okay, and now they messing with Nicole Johnson. All right. Well, it looks like moderators. It looks like Google is going to be busy today in the chat, so just be on watch. Good grief. Okay, so if only YouTube would show me my actual numbers. Mm-hmm. But she finds it funny, and there's not going to be any smoke for this woman. Of course not. She has the complexion for the protection. And while we don't. So, well, you know, I'm going to play a clip of this because I'm going to upload this again myself, because we just need to know that this piece of information is out there. And again, like I said, just look at the distractions we're looking at. This time last year was a big deal about still protesting. People were worrying about what was going on here in Portland, Oregon. Oh, they're tearing it up the city. They're burning it down, yada, yada. Okay, well, here we are now. And not to mention, remember, there was a lot of people that said they took the jab because of Dr. Kizzmekia. Well, you never actually heard her speak. Not really. You've never heard her in the capacity of like Dr. Anthony Fauci. And for something that was supposedly so instrumentally made by her, she should be the first one on the front line to be able to convince black people of what's in it or what's not, right? I mean, I'm common sense. If that's like saying, hey, I wrote this song. You know, I know what I meant when I wrote it, so I know what's in it. I know the notes that are in it. That's creation. She's supposed to be an influential creator in this particular thing. So, hey, you know, I guess I just don't understand the meaning of life. Black Gravity, what's going on, my brother? Let me see. Where do I want to start? So let me play a little bit of this, sister. We'll get into the foolishness.
I received my PhD in cellular and molecular biology right here in the state of Michigan from University of Michigan Medical School. And so I'm very well versed in the science of both these mRNA gene therapy, vaccines, this kind of technology, as well as what a vaccine is designed to do in the body, what it can do, what it can't do, and the fact that this is extremely complex science that has been oversimplified in the media to basically take away our freedom of choice. What I want to address today in this limited time is the fact that vaccine requirements and mandates are based on the faulty assumption that the vaccines in question prevent transmission of the pathogen, right? Does the vaccine for DTaP prevent transmission? No. Does the vaccine for flu prevent transmission? No. Do the vaccines for COVID prevent transmission? No. In fact, they were never designed to do that. All right, so you're asking, what about this 95% effectiveness? If you look at those clinical trials, they do not say that they prevent transmission. They expressly say that they're measuring whether they attenuate symptoms. So they're 95% effective based on their clinical trials at attenuating symptoms for the first variant, which is essentially gone in our population. Right now, the predominant variant is the Delta, and CDC Director Walensky basically said that these vaccines have no ability to prevent infection by and transmission of the Delta variant.
All right. I'll just stop it right there. I'm probably going to upload that on this broadcast channel just for the sake of it being there, because I've heard that they have given people trouble who tried to upload this video, which I always keep asking these questions about. How are legal proceedings being fact checked? That doesn't make any sense. It's a legal proceeding. You're a fact checker. What are you kidding? So that either they're a bot, so y'all got to produce somebody at some point. This whole random independent fact checking crap. How much more longer will this be allowed to go on? You know, because what's next, you know, it'll be incorporated with that facial recognition crap. You know, all this stuff, be clear. All of this stuff is meant to target us. Queen Adia, Shalom, welcome. Yes, indeed. We have so many enemies globally that really do not want to see us succeed. Just put in mind that everyone around the planet knew for 400 years we were here in this country under chattel slavery for a large part of that chunk of time. The whole world knew. This isn't news. What does that say to you? That it's just an American thing? Because I've always heard people say, "Brett, I'm leaving America." What are you talking about? Where are you going where they can't get to you? Well, it looks like Baba Rasan has power, family. So for those of you who are looking out for the brother, it looks like Baba Rasan now has power. But yeah, back to this. Oh, and here's one other thing I wanted to say or show you real quick. This is it's this interesting thing I posted. I just asked a question. Ladies, which woman in this scenario do you defend?
And you're not a woman. You're not a woman. Okay? And you're a pig. It don't matter. Look at what is that? What is that, bitch? Go feed the piglet. Go feed the piglet. You big nasty bitch. You still. Fuck that hole.
Hold on. Let me start doing it again. This thing tripping.
And you're a big out of shape. And you're not a woman. You're not a woman. Okay? And you're a pig. It don't matter. Look at what is that? What is that, bitch? Go feed the piglet. Go feed the piglet. You big nasty bitch. You still. Fuck that hole. Fuck that hole. I'm not him. Call your man, bitch. That's what you want to do. Call your man. Yeah, that's what you would want to do. Your mama, your grandma, your sister, your brother, your uncle, your cousin, your nephew, your firstborn, bitch. I don't give a damn, bitch. You're stealing, I'm not. You're stealing, I'm I'm not. You got a whole pussy. Bitch, you're tired. You're tired. You're spilling. I'm not. And you got a whole pussy. You're tired. You're tired.
Ladies and gentlemen, might I tell you, you have witnessed toxic masculinity. How much more of an egomaniac can you say, well, you not a woman? That almost reminds me of Joe Biden. He gonna tell her she ain't a woman. Wow. Well, how about that? He said those gym shoes are tired. Yeah. Yeah, hey, the things you can see out here in these streets, and hey, one could probably suspect that person has definitely been down to the spot to go get their dose. You know what I'm saying? I think it would be fair to say that they probably got that dose of that sheep juice, right? Just like, get the jab. Mr. Get the jab. Now, something else I want to show y'all real quick. This, somebody said this was a joke. I don't know who the hell jokes like this, but weirdos. But remember, okay, prime example, what was it, a month or two ago, there was some gay choir in San Francisco talking about we're targeting your children. Okay, then you got Little Nas X on Sesame Street. Everybody said, oh, no, it's not what this is. It's not what this is. Now, this is supposed to be some kind of a joke. Okay.
Nuts.
No, it ain't a joke.
He was a squirrel who had big nuts. His nutsack was so big that it would drag on the ground everywhere he went. Dee had a friend named Sarah who loved nuts. Sarah would go around town trying to put everyone's nuts in her mouth. Sarah loved how big Dee's nuts were. His nuts were her favorite. They were the biggest nuts she had ever seen. She would play with his nuts all day and sometimes even at night. Sometimes her mom would join. They would take turns holding Dee's nuts at night. Sometimes Sarah would even try to put both of Dee's nuts in her mouth at the same time. She would giggle, her face would turn red, and then his nuts would come flying out.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Really? Really? Hey, man. This world is done, man. And make no mistake, that ain't no damn joke. That's not a joke. That's for real. You understand me? That is for real. And like they said, they already told you they were targeting your children. A lot of people just don't want to believe it because you want to believe whatever you want to believe. Man, that's crazy. That is crazy. Ain't it? Now, okay. With all of this going on, understand who allowed it all to come in. And they keep forcing it down our throats through people who look just like us. And we need to do something about that part. You know? I mean, this is crazy. Yes. Yes, indeed. They are nuts. They're nuts, all right. Good Lord. Let's see. So, let me show you some pieces from Let me show you a couple clips from this weekend, and then we're gonna go through the rallies. We're gonna hop through a few different pieces and speeches. But sometimes it's just better for you to hear from the horse's mouth. And yeah, they're nuts, all right. Without further ado, everybody's favorite Black Albert Einstein of 2021.
Very important, because I think that when we could put thousands in the street to march through the streets of Washington, it shows that there's a real concern. And we want to see this president call on the Senate to either repeal or revoke filibuster or do a carve-out. The president said that we had his back, he'll have our back. Well, they're stabbing our back in the Senate, Mr. President. You need to speak up and speak out. That's what I'm going to say.
You had 20,000 in the streets and you told them to go home?
We had 20,000 in the streets, and it's just started. We did that in the heat. Imagine what we do when the fall comes, when the Senate comes back.
Thank you, Reverend Al.
All right. So, they're out there trying to shift the Black agenda back into the voting conversation. The Black agenda has been about economic and equality, as well as police justice. Now, they're out there doing all of this marching, incorporating everything in the kitchen sink, but ignoring, of course, what people were actually protesting for. It had nothing to do with voting. It was about Black Lives Mattering, and not because of the organization, but because Black lives actually matter. You feel me? So, when people don't respect the order of the, shall I say, the streets, because that's what this is. We are not being respected in any form of fashion as a group of people that have common sense. We are only being catered to as if we are just straight up children. And I'm going to show you that by playing you some of this rally, which is just outrageous. Now, of course, it would not be a Black Democratic event without the typical interjection of something that was not there. Well, let me correct that. Just like you said, the FBI agent, I would like to also remind y'all of another person who was an FBI agent whose name was Bayard Rustin. And he predicted that this would more or less be the future of civil rights.
I said if we don't get no justice.
Now, this is literally at the same rally.
No justice. I said if we don't get no justice.
Why does everything about Black history have to be revisited to have its history integrated with something that was never present? And for those of us who were alive, of course, 30 plus years ago, what are we doing? Why do we always have to go back and incorporate something that just wasn't going on like that at the time? You know what I'm saying? Oh, all the flags. Yes, check all them flags. None of them was in the mix. And now you bring that to the most, everything with Black folks has to be Black and we let all of these other groups have their stuff uninterrupted. You go to Cinco de Mayo, they're not talking LGBT. They're talking about Cinco de Mayo. The topic of the day, every time it comes down to Black folks, We're talking about this, that, this, that, and the other. Never what the people on the ground, these people in this new black media, all of you in the comment section on Twitter, Instagram, all of y'all pushing out these articles on your social media, everyone who's involved in a part, everyone who's on code, all of you, we are setting our own narrative, and they have to now use their last ditch efforts to get in front of all of us. And so they're using, well, we already kind of knew who the typical players were, but I see, and I've been sitting back watching this for a minute, and it was very interesting how all of these people now are calling Tamika Mallory their leader. So we, we already called it early, very early. And so now they have to circumvent it by trying to get maybe I'll go to college crowd, black kids that, maybe have the mind of an activist, but not necessarily the heart or the character of an activist. So they're about a career. So they understand how to get their career on. You know what I'm saying? So they know all the advantages. Okay. And you'll get these boule folks to go vet these people. And especially for the like the big Haitian transgender dude or woman right there. I'm not sure how they identify, so I can't really say. But they get these people and they put money into them. These people aren't out there by accident. And you see how the camera's focused in right there. That's not by accident. It's by design. And people pay good money to make sure that happens. Some things you should start looking at is the question, why? Why is that important? Why is it important to incorporate that into a history that actually was looking for justice and equality for one group? So now we're taking the one group and splitting it up into a pie. Why us? You notice how they're not doing it anywhere else. That's why, I'm trying to get this message out to the family. Let's get out of the black man and the black woman and black women. And, we always leave out one for the other. No one else is doing that. Belinda Renee, welcome. Black celebrities are detrimental to the black agenda. It's not just black celebrities, unfortunately. Louise, greetings as well. Yeah, unfortunately, it's more than that. Because you got to think, the system of the Black Greeks goes all the way from the top house Negro to the lowest field Negro, who would now be most represented into your street gangs, because they're fraternal. Anybody catch that part? Share the same gang signs. You feel what I'm saying? So, let's see. Let's go. Yeah, that. Okay, so we're going to get into the good drama. Let me see, which one do I want to start with? This is just insane. Oh, Lord. Okay. It's my bookmarks. Let's see what Al Sharpton got to say here. Come on, let's get some value.
That's voting rights. Voting rights is the basic foundation of this country. You're seeing already thousands have joined us. We're going to the national mall, the backdrop of the Capitol. 58 years ago, they were every year marked. This year, we want to bring it right to the level.
You can't even really hear him on that one. Let me go to. Oh, geez. See these folks. Oh, when will it stop? I mean, we out here marching for what? You're out there marching Black Lives. This is a confusion rally. Okay? That is what this is. This is a confusion rally. At least for with the George Floyd situation, everybody knew why they was there. Let me see. Look at all of these folks. That's Marion Barry's wife. Make good trouble. August 28th. Make good trouble, y'all. Y'all got to make sure you make the good trouble. Okay, this is first one I want to get into.
Along with others, is also in jail. We come here today with a great sense of misgiving. It is true that we support the administration's civil rights bill. We support it with great reservation, however. Unless Title 3 is put in this bill, there's nothing to protect the young children and old women who must face police dogs and fire hoses in the South while they engage in peaceful demonstration. In its present form, this bill will not protect the citizen of Danville, Virginia, who must live in constant fear of a police state. It will not protect the hundreds and thousands of people who have been arrested upon Trump charges. What about the 3 young men, Smithfield Secretary in Americus, Georgia, who faced the death penalty for engaging in peaceful protest? As it stands now, the voting section of this bill will not help the thousands of white people who want to vote. It will not help the citizens of Mississippi, of Alabama and Georgia, who are qualified to vote but lack a 6th grade education. One man, one vote is the answer to the crime.
So I think they're going to walk. Okay. So, of course, now they are building something around the whole made up. Well, I mean, I can't say made up because he's clearly there. But like when we were growing up, this was no topic of discussion about John Lewis, other than maybe a quick reference in that he had some young people gave speeches at Washington. So, I mean, he was handpicked. So, but, we see now why he was handpicked so many years later. Again, these people train their people. So the very first clip I played you which is from a movie, but just taking the game from what they were saying to get a person to whom they can call the safe Negro. In their own words, he'll be safe. Now, let's see. They had this went on for some hours. They had these natives. Okay, yeah, let's see what she got to say. There we go. These people.
We are here to talk about how to make 700,000 Washingtonians truly free. I want to talk to you about my hometown. We're 700,000 Americans. We pay taxes, federal taxes, more than most. We pay more taxes than 22 states and more per capita than all the states. We have all of the responsibilities of statehood and citizenship, except we don't have all the benefits. We stand in the cradle of democracy at the foot of the Lincoln Memorial. We are looking at the Washington Monument, and just beyond that is the United States Capitol, where on January 6th, insurrectionists tried to thwart our democracy. We stood shoulder to shoulder with our federal partners to save our capital and save our democracy. And our officers, our public servants, our people do not have a single vote in that house. Our Congresswoman, Eleanor Holmes Norton, suffers the indignity of working in the Capitol of the United States without a vote. Yet she still represents us and delivers jobs, delivers housing, and delivers the things that we need. Except when that Congress, just last year, while we were fighting COVID, was distributing much needed funds, it shortchanged the District of Columbia $750 million because we do not have two senators to vote and to fight for us. So we are standing here not begging, but demanding what is our birthright, and that is statehood for Washington, D.C.
Now that I can agree with, the statehood part.
Last year, I stood at Black Lives Matter Plaza in your nation's capital. Have you with me? Have you been to Black Lives Matter Plaza in Washington, D.C.? I stood there with our heroes.
Okay. Now, one thing that you could probably already expect is majority of these people are coming in the capacity of just a straight up preacher. You know what I'm saying? All they are is just coming in to do some preaching. Come preach at you. You know, we need to vote. So many of our ancestors that came before us have bled and died. Ooh, boy, they was doing the most. Culturally, it's all over the place. This is nothing but a big distraction. It's like a plantation jubilee to get nothing. These people just proud. Come on now. Okay. I'm hard lined in too, and they giving me trouble. Guess they don't want this one out again. Okay. Well, while that is attempting to play, let me see what else I can find, because that's actually on YouTube. Okay. Let me see something here. Oh. So, what do y'all think about this part? Because we are seeing. Oh, that was on Periscope. Okay, let's see if this will work. Okay, let me go to share a different screen. That's what I'm going to do. Stop sharing that screen. Okay. Let me get that off here. Well, they've been all up in my stuff, family. I'm telling you, it's been a thing every day. Okay. Okay. Share. Okay. Now, hopefully this shares. All right. There we go. This should move a little smoother. Okay. Okay. There is somebody around us. Okay. Yeah. I was.
Trouble. None of us know what tomorrow holds. But I know that God got a plan for me, regardless, you dig? So all I do every day is try to keep God first, and that's how I know I'm gonna be straight. So for this next song, once again, y'all, my name is D1. That's DEE dash the number 1. For this next song, I need y'all to say, I know God got a plan for me, but I don't know what it is. I'm just out here trying to handle my biz. I know God got a plan for me, but I don't know what it is. I'm just out here trying to handle my biz. I know, but I don't know what it is. I'm just out here trying to.
Concert.
I know God got a plan for me, but I don't know what it is. I'm just out here trying to handle.
Okay, we're gonna keep it pushing.
Democracy, singing glory.
Telling you, it just doesn't stop. Where's his volume at? Come on. See, they were having technical difficulties themselves. Come on. And they got that mad buzz in there.
Our laws reflect a progressive agenda that includes all people and all possibilities and all democratic values. If you want to secure a future that serves Americans, all Americans, then stand with us and empower the people of the District of Columbia through statehood. I promise you, you will get.
Now, okay, this is making good trouble, right? But now they're talking about let's get to the statehood and all of this. That doesn't make any sense. Let me see. Let me just keep going. It just gets worse. It just gets worse. Oh, this dude
will help us. The Spirit will help us. Tamika, the ancestors will help us. And the whole nation will thank us. And generations yet born will call our name. Let's come together. Black and white and brown and native and Asian and young and old and gay and straight and Christian and Hindu and Muslim and Jewish and even persons who don't have a religious faith, but they believe in the moral arc of the universe.
How does that make sense, what he just said? People who don't believe in anything, what morals are you looking? And where are you looking for morals out of certain people? I'm starting to hear some new things out here, and I'm starting to hear the almost like the universal person type jargon. So, you know, it's like above and below all at the same time. Family, believe me when I tell you, we are in Aleister Crowley's America. This is what he envisioned. And now, this place operates completely in the image of the beast. With that being said, we have people like this, false prophets, who will come out and speak on behalf of such said beast, as you just heard, with him overflowing with a pitcher of fornications. That strong wine, that strong drink. We can't be single-minded when we're everywhere. We're everywhere and nowhere. How is that helping Black people? Does anybody know? Because I can't tell. Let's hear some more. Just a little more. And this is actually, I believe, who posted this.
Together until the poor are lifted. Together.
Look at the
until
comment
the workers
over here.
are paid.
Good trouble.
Together.
Amen.
Until the sick are healed. Lord, help me here. Together.
Tear Jim Crow
until voting
down.
is guaranteed.
Stop.
Together until unmerciful house evictions are stopped. Together, until police killing is stopped. Together, until land and water is not poisoned. Together, until war is not pushed and promoted and promulgated. Together.
See, see, we grew up with a lot of this, and it was never really this bad when we were children. As being adults now, this is a disaster. I mean, he needs to get his eating habits together, right, Belinda? Oh my God. Together with everyone else except for us. See, us real grassroots, they don't want us involved in nothing. They want to be together with everyone else. Well, I say fine. You know, I think my odds are in better favor being part of 1/3 than 2. Let's continue. Let's see, because I mean they put rappers and singers. I mean,
space only filled with all the things we're brave enough to do today. Make us strong to climb the mountainside. Give us faith.
All right.
It's not my home, but your kingdom here is worth fighting.
All right.
So HR 40 is necessary for full repair. So when I say reparations, 1, 2, 3, I want to hear you say crimes, injury, repair. Reparations, 1, 2, 3. Reparations, 1, 2, 3.
Damn, that was weak.
Reparations now.
Yo. Really? Really? I mean, although HR 40 is a joke, you didn't get more response? I mean, we've been hearing the crowd out there, yeah, come on, reparations. Come on, reparations. Oh, man. Wow. This is horrible.
Greetings, family.
I just want to skim through some of this because I mean we got to see where we have went wrong.
As I lose my voice, Black voters matter. LaTosha Brown and Cliff Albright. LaTosha Brown
study for reparations.
and Cliff Albright. Hear ye them.
We got Afghan refugees
What's going on?
sleeping in Portland
When I
right
say
now.
Black voters, you say matter. Black voters. Black voters. When I say
How? You voted for Joe Biden. It didn't get shit. Where your vote matter at? It didn't matter to you. No tangibles, no vote. Y'all said let's vote for Biden. Let's get Trump out. No. Black folks clearly didn't matter. You got your guy in office now. What y'all up there marching for and what y'all chanting for? He in office. Go get it. The hell are y'all doing? We don't need to see you out here marching. Yeah. No, you voted for your guy. Go to his office and get our shit. It's going to be so much better with Joe Biden. You better get your ass off over there and go get our shit. The hell you mean? Get your ass on, man. I mean, really. We need to stop letting these people, because I'm sure every last one in this chat done had somebody come up in your comment section calling you stupid because you wasn't for Trump or Joe Biden. Well, you ain't got no reason to be complaining if you didn't vote. You right. So take your ass up over there and go get our shit. Because we stupid. Yeah, go get that. Yeah, we'll wait. We'll be right here. You think we finna just let you continue to speak? Oh, no. Go holler at your mans. Oh, no, you done in the conversation arena, homie. No. Now it's time for your guy to deliver because disrespecting other black people for Joe Biden was important to you. Go get it. We need to be on these people's tops. I know y'all have people in your comment section calling you stupid. Yeah, I'm crazy. No, well, you just stuck on stupid. Well, then go get it. You got what you wanted. Why are you sitting up here looking at us? Let me tell you something. I'm in Portland, Oregon. How the hell I got Afghan refugees sleeping next door to me? That was quick. Found something for them real fast, didn't I? I live in Portland, Oregon. The hell are we talking about? And we can't get nothing. We got a serious homeless crisis here. And we got a plane load of Afghan refugees right here. And what did they say they was going to do? You see how big the state of Oregon is? I've told you in my last broadcast, where are all the black people in the state of Oregon? Portland, Oregon. Where did they send them people to? Where's the black Biden voter? Where is y'all ass at? Miss me. Go get our shit. Or shut up. So when the real G stand up and say, hey, it's no tangibles, no vote, get on board, period. When people like Ice Cube want to stand up there for black folks with a program, shut up. Because now you got your guy in office and he ain't doing a damn thing but everything for everyone else. And y'all ain't saying nothing. Well, 2022 elections coming. I'm already starting to see the Democrat making the push to start talking about some BS voting rights. We got a bunch of dummy voters anyway. All they are is children. And for black Biden voters, do you understand what they just did? They just let in almost 40% of your voter stock. How does that help black people? Once they naturalize these people and make them citizens, you're done. And we couldn't tell you. Dr. Claude Anderson couldn't tell you. Yes, you guys were idiots for not listening. 20 years of heads up. And what did you do? Still in 2021 calling us stupid. Because we ain't falling for the okie doke. Good going. And now to you and all you black Biden sexuals can thoroughly shut your ass up. Don't talk to us. Go talk to them. Go get it. Hashtag go get it. Anybody want to talk to you? Hey, man, well, who you going for? Hashtag go get it. You can't talk to me until you done went and picked up a phone and called your guy that you voted for. Go get it. Period. We need to stop letting people talk at our table. I'm serious, family. We need to, because everybody don't have a right to speak. They just don't. It sounds good to be,
give her a round of applause.
nice, but everybody don't need to be speaking.
Everything that Latasha just said. I want to say one thing. 58 years ago, on these stairs, we couldn't imagine that we would actually get voting rights. But we did.
We?
And ever since then, people have tried to take them away. And people have tried to take so many other rights away.
Like I said, when the code is the leader, the code takes care of things itself. Why is this woman speaking? Why is she talking? We? Who's we? I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't see a we here. I can see Judah Queen. I can see Tim Samora. I can see Queen Adia. I can see Silent D. I can see Belinda. I don't see a we when I see you. TJ, that's right. See, no, we looking at the more melanated, and again, hey, melanin deficient allies, man. Thank you for your support. But at something like this, to use the term we would have to really address when you're talking about that we thing, like affirmative action. Because see, usually when people are dogging affirmative action, that always got to do with black folks. So when white people usually have said that to me, my retort is that, well, damn, since you're so against handouts, then you should be first to join in with me to get white women removed legally as a minority class. You want to get rid of any of these trolls that ever come into your comment section? Run that one on them. Watch the conversation right off the cliff. Done. There's no more. They're not going to talk past that. Only person that wants to talk past that is a wannabe white supremacist, because they're too stupid to know the limitations of their argument. They've idolized white supremacists so much that all they see is the white man's going to win all the time. I'll just say this and follow the mold. And then you realize sometimes they know when they're whipped. And unfortunately, for some of our more buttery biscuit inclined individuals of our family, unfortunately, just, go with the program, because, those buttery biscuits and those silver tokens is just so good. Master's just so great to us. Me and my wife watched Mandingo last night. I've never watched the entire movie until last night. Ooh, it was interesting to see. And again, I'll say, if you are not in an emotional, strong or spiritual place with, like, if a lot of this is new to you, as you say, you're woke and you're kind of new to this, I'd kind of probably steer away from the slave movies, because you'll look at it, maybe you might ingest a little too much of it. One thing you should ingest, though, is how our ancestors were treated. One thing in Mandingo is the ending. Yeah, the ending. It's like, okay, well, they made sure that this guy didn't get away. And again, though, Tim Samore is not to give a spoil. Well, yeah, I guess this is somewhat of a spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen it, the end of the movie literally ends up with the black man and white man dying over the white woman's lie. Well, not really lie. But she didn't put everything in the correct perspective or context. But behind the white woman, there came death. Imagine that. Wow, it didn't even dawn on me that it was a white woman on the screen. I'm sorry about making that reference at this present moment. Anyway, let me go on forward. Let's just keep going on. Oh, that's Auntie Sheila Jackson Lee. There we go.
Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, give a round of applause. Folks, we're going to bring up, we're short on time. We've got a few more speakers, but we're going to bring up all the
Okay. There we go.
Now, one who's continuing the legacy of Mickey Leland, Barbara Jordan, and obviously Congressman John Conyers with H.R. 40. That's what she's here to talk about today, but she's also on the Homeland Security, Crime, and Terrorism Committee. She wrote the Juneteenth bill that just got passed. She's been involved in all the voting rights legislation.
I want you to take note. Did you just hear what committee she's on? All skin folk ain't kin folk, everybody. Okay? So some of these people who are involved with the agenda of the global elites, they fully are aware of what they are doing, and they know why they're doing it. Marilyn Atkinson, welcome, welcome. Yes, you did finally catch it live. We are here. And we about to hear Auntie Sheila Jackson Lee spew some bullshit. Here we go.
We heard Dr. King earlier, insufficient funds. Here to talk about that in H.R. 40. Our reparations, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee.
Really?
How humble it is to stand with my brothers and sisters and stand not only on a monument whose task never was finished. As Abraham Lincoln attempted to establish freedom in this nation, though struggling against the oppression of those who had grappled with racism and let racism win, who demanded that the slaves remain slaves and that freedom would never be, as he was struck down.
Let me stop it right there. Let me tell you something. Abraham Lincoln wasn't no friend of black people. And the one thing I want to point out about all of this is that all of this is meant to get us off of our game. You understand what I'm saying? It's absolutely Tim Smore. Like he got the lion, the nose Pinocchio emoji. I mean, because really though, we are at a crucial time to where we got people flooding in from south of the border, people being housed. They're going through great lengths to get all of these Afghanistan people over here. But to hell with Haiti, though. You ain't heard nothing. Remember, Haiti just had a tragedy here. Their president gets assassinated. They have a natural disaster, and they get soldiers. While Afghanistan men get housed here. $90,000 a day for hotels. I mean, I'm telling you, these people that you just saw on that big ass plane packed in there are here in my city now. Portland, Oregon. What the hell did you bring them here for? Brought these soup. Somebody hopped in my Instagram yesterday trying to cape for Joe Biden. So, man, we got, actually, I might have been this morning when I had to respond to that. We got all of these people from Afghanistan, these super spreaders that ain't nobody checked. They over here running unquarantined. What are you kidding? Yo, but we're in a pandemic and everything's such a, all you unjabbed are the problems. Are you kidding? But yet the same lunatic that just decided to let these people come over here with no problem and a head start while not being citizens. I'm going to need these Black Biden voters to do something. You know what I'm saying? Do something. Don't tell us we stupid. Do something. That's your guy. Kamala, sister girl, chuck some pearls. Ski-wee. If you want people to send their children to your Greek fraternities, then maybe you should produce actual results. But I mean, we understand the origin of such said Boule, which is the oldest Black fraternity here, Greek, you know, everything is tied to another. I completely understand what my father told me, what he told me at such a young age. And I'm talking about my grandfather told me this at like 3 or 4. Never be part of a secret society. Why do you think he told me that? Is it something that we wouldn't run into down the road? Especially those who, aren't bad communicators, and you're creative. Yeah, you can be useful, especially if you're, they like charismatic people. That's why they get all these same people to come up there, and we got to vote, and everybody from the past, and come on, man. It's always the same old. We get new revamp pork chop preaching and in the place where activism actually should be. We get these people who run for office and then we don't get nothing. I don't want to see a face without a result behind it. It's meaningless. You might as well put anybody in there. Because the one thing we can say that we've seen for a fact, just look for the East Indians. I don't even know what the hell they got money for. Does anybody know what India even got money for? I mean, they just got broke off. I mean, these people making money hand over fist. And let's be clear. All immigrants who have chose to come to America have freely chosen to participate in the hundreds of years of chattel slavery, Jim Crow, and utter anti-Black white supremacist terroristic behavior that has made quadrillions upon quadrillions for many nations around the world. None of you are innocent of any bloodshed here, from my ancestors to everyone in this chat right now. So if you there in the YouTube sphere feel that this is talking to you, then it is, because you're a hit dog and that rock hits you. So you're hollering. But here's the truth of the matter. You know who we are. And we're so important to make sure you keep us distracted with these meaningless, absolute worthless jubilees, which is all this was. And then you also have, see, that was the good trouble. And then we also had Al Sharpton's voters' right. So all of this was going on in the same day. This was nothing but a whole political paid pandering event. No, East Indians don't even look like black people. No, they ain't. They're not black people. They are melanated people, but we don't share the same genes. And they know that. That's why they call themselves Caucasians. They know who they're closer to. Be quite honest. Mm-hmm. See, for us, it's our, well, let me put it to you like this. Because something I was looking at in the Mandingo movie is this automatic I'm less than mentality. Let me alter that view. If some of you still probably have a problem with not looking at yourself like that, I want to tell you, you're so much great. You're so great. I'll put it that way. That, because see, here's one thing. There's no need for unfair competition if anyone can beat you fairly. Doesn't that make sense? So, if I had a group of you, wonderful people in this comment section that's watching this live right now, if I had a bunch of you, and I knew that you knew how great you were, the world knew how great you were. Well, if I want to make sure that you go away and all of the strength and fear that the rest of the world has for you goes away, what do I have to do? Number one, I have to strategically go to these other people and start building up my ally base, right? And say, hey, man, ain't you tired of them kicking our ass? I mean, they cool and all. And they cool. They don't really cause no trouble. But, sometimes we want to just do our own thing. And then they put us back in line. Hey, man, don't you think we should just be able to just do what the hell we want to do over here? Yeah. So then you start building your allies, and getting your own thing together. Now, here's the next thing you need to do. After you have your ally situation together, now you're going to be going into putting your forces together. And with the plan, you're going to get these people and systematically dismantle them from the inside out, meaning here out. Break your mind, your will, your spirit, even separate you from the understanding of your own self. Take your father's lineage away from you, your mother's lineage away from you, all of your extensions of being, even going from back over to where we came from originally, some of us, from the indigenous here that were separated, that going through this system had more children and still were separated from their families. To do that now, you have to start looking at yourself as, well, damn, who else had to go through such a thing? And you are still the main influencers of the planet? Who's fucking with that? So I'm just saying, if you ever have a situation where you naturally look at yourself as less than, you better look at that. Oh, no. No, you're so great that the world has to dogpile on you just to keep you at bay and still can't take your joy. How badass are you? Sisters, y'all have caught hell out here as well. Have to deal with all different kind of madness. You know, it's so both men and women. You're dealing with the same hell and then individual personalized hell. Why? Because these people know who you are. And once you start getting in tune, see, one of the things that this lockdown has done for a lot of black folks is kept you away from negative influences, such as people who aren't even thinking like you. You don't have to be around them every day. I bet that depression medicine is sure taking a hit. Black folks probably getting off that shit by the day. Why not? You're not even stressed. And for those who are working from home, who really wants to go back in? Shoot, my wife's office said nope. No, let's keep rocking how we rocking. Yeah, ain't no problem there. So, just put it in perspective. Because they always want you to look negative at yourself. Because once we have a negative self view and a low state of value for ourselves, we let anything be done to us. And we're always looking for somebody to come save me. I keep telling y'all, the Messiah is unity. You got all of us on one code. Do you know how many other people? Think about it. We influence the world while being on the bottom perpetually. How much more power do we have with a unified effort on code? See, we need to start looking for the God within, not the God without. And it damn sure ain't them people. You understand me? They do not set our success. We do. They aren't the ceiling. Beyond the sky is our limits. The sky may be theirs. It ain't ours. See, being in the driver's seat doesn't mean that you can't drive. And it doesn't mean that you're not a better driver than the person who's driving. Does it? Look at life that way. Does that make sense? That makes sense to y'all today? I hope so. Because we need to make sure we shed these distractions, and not to say we don't have people close to us that fall in line with the feel-good message. And the feel-good message is cool, but we have to have everything in perspective. And right now, we are in a situation where if we're not focused on us, who will be? The world's focused on our destruction and continuously put us in an endless spiral of error. Let's change that. And let's change that by getting on code. First line of defense. Knowing your worth. And we are worth the rest of the planet, making sure we don't win. They don't even want the image of us winning. Shout out Othel Wallace. Make sure y'all support that brother because he does not belong in prison or jail. He defended himself, rightfully so, from someone attempting to break the law and violate his constitutional rights. But unfortunately, hashtag abolish Dred Scott is still in full effect. I can attest for that myself. When you defend yourself against a white supremacist, especially if you have identified them as one, well, you best believe you might have to go do some time. which is fine. Because, you know, some of us are built for this. Fuck it. It is what it is. I go home tonight. Too bad for you. So I look at it like that. Now, I'm not advocating violence by no means, but I am advocating you protect and defend yourself, your family, and those who are of your party or company, because that is also your responsibility when you are moving as a leader. You know what I'm saying? So the code is the leader. There may be lieutenants of the code, but best believe the code is always the leader, and our unity is the Messiah. With that being said, family, Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall and let us rise. You dig? Always protect yourself. Keep your head on a swivel. Stay safe, stay free, stay vigilant, and stay alive. You understand? Well, you know, I wanted to give it to you in a way that, you know, we can all relate. Thank you, Deborah Jones. Welcome, welcome. All right. So for all the family who has been following and watching, and everybody who goes back and watches the replays, I appreciate it all. If you could please give this channel a subscribe. I see the hours of y'all watching. So I appreciate it. Appreciate the attention. Obviously, somebody's getting it. I don't know how many hate watchers I got, but whatever. Please like and share. You know, right on, Silent D. So, also a link I want to make sure I add, and I'll be trying to add that tonight, to my sister, Queen Ahmadiyya Shakur. She has a spiritual channel. So she gives the daily spiritual vitamins for those in here who aren't over there. I would advise you, and if you guys are, I would advise you definitely tune in to the spiritual vitamins. It is very rare to find people that are moving in the same type of spiritual lane. So take advantage. Take advantage of everything you can get. Hate watchers, absolutely, Oyela. If I would be over 1,000 subscribers right now if my hours watched amounted to my subscribers. Easy. It's amazing. So with that being said, I don't know how long it'll be taken to get the super chat on this broadcast. Hopefully by the end of this week we can get that up. We'll see. Thank you to the Queen. Let's see if I can pin that. So if y'all can, if y'all don't know, go check out my sister's broadcast. Please support as always, as you do here. And you can follow me at Instagram at beatzillapdx. You can follow me on Twitter at beatzillapdx. You can follow me on Facebook, beatzillapdx, and on Patreon, beatzillapdx official, and on Melanated People, Michael Beatzilla Whitmore. Of course, you can also I can't do that. There you go. So there, for those in the chat, you should see that pinned. Okay. Oh, Charlotte Walls, thank you. Welcome. Thank you very much for the subscribe. All right. So yes, like and share this video, please. You can also email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And of course, if you feel so inclined that you've been moved to put a little money in the bucket, You can do so by way of donation at CashApp, $Beatzillapdx. That's CashApp, $Beatzillapdx. Every donation is greatly appreciated. Blessings be unto you. So, absolutely, Babylon is burning, and we're literally watching it burn. It's happening before our eyes. And something to always remember, never get caught up in what these people say. The earth will never need man's help. This earth has a built-in defense mechanism. It is called volcano, water, and air. Then you mix the effects of that, and now you got to deal with the land. Trust me, if the earth felt so in danger, the earth would show you who's on top of the food chain. Tanya Zion, welcome. You're late. You can catch the replay though. And so again, I pinned Queen Amadai Shakur's spiritual channel. So, if you like what you hear here, you can also get some more enlightening information right there. She's trying to get on there even more. So, definitely get as much as you can now. You know what I'm saying? I would say just as much as it's important to stock up on your non-perishable items and your water, batteries, flashlights, blankets, firewood, depending on where you are, oil, kerosene, propane. You can get these things. You can also get these emergency preparedness kits, depending on where you are. Let's see, what else? Just like I said, all of those things you get. But most importantly, make sure you are getting spiritually fed. You are in a psychological and spiritual war that these people are waging on you. If you don't believe in the spiritual, you best believe in the psychological. So, it all matters. Just like Bilal said, it all matters. So, with that being said, we are going to go ahead and get ready to go. This is the start of the week, so we got more to go. Thank you all. And again, shout out to Al-Kebulon. We are Al-Kebulon. Once again, shout out to the empires of Al-Kebulon. And just one more time, just to take a look at the thumbnail. Protect your power. People, you have the power within inside you. They cannot take it away. Okay? So with that being said, till next time, family, Shalom.
When you know who Satan is,
Yes, sir.
you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. See, that's what you throw.
Right.
Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before us, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man. And you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.